Highlight Vibes family, Highlight Vibes, welcome back to the Highest Good Tarot. If you're new here, welcome. I'm coming on to do a reading for Leo. Leo, I hope that you all are well, safe, happy, and at peace. And if you haven't already, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment below, you guys. I'd really appreciate that. So we're going to dive into your reading, starting out with the Energy Oracle, just to see what energy is playing out for you and what you need to know at this time about their energy. All right, Spirit, what does Leo need to know for their highest good? All right, Leo, what do you need to know? Walking away. So some of you guys is walking away from a situation and letting go, releasing the past. You are moving forward to what's ahead of you. This, for some of you, you may have been in a situation where you were kind of stuck, or you felt stuck, complacent at one space, but now it's like you have come to acknowledge that, you know, there's something more outside of this gate here. And this is just like the energy of moving forward, going after whatever it is. So let's read from the book. So walking away says letting go, moving on. This card shows someone walking away from an existing situation. She is closing the gate behind her and is walking away into a misty, unknown future. This card upright reveals that it could be time for you to make a similar decision. There may be something that you finish with, perhaps a career goal, a relationship, or a long-term experience of any kind. The familiarity of the situation may be enticing, but you're now ready to look at your options on the open road ahead. In reality, an important new beginning is at hand. This card also indicates that now would be a good time to let go of an old habit, emotional pattern, or false belief. No matter how deeply ingrained a negative pattern may be, you now have the power to release it and move on to a freer, healthier way of thinking and relating to yourself and others. Whether it's the inner or outer world, this card is telling you that you have the readiness and the resources to walk away from the old and move forward now. So Leo, you are walking away from a situation, and this is the right time to do so. Let's dive into the tarot and see what Spirit wants you to know. So, Spirit, what is Leo walking away from at this time? Four of Cups. For some of you, you're walking away because you are no longer content in the situation that you are in. It's like you is at a stalemate. You bored with the situation. It's no longer serving you. You're stagnant. It's no more growth. You know, it's just like there's nothing there for you anymore. Whether this is a job or relationship, whatever the situation is, you know, you no longer find fulfillment in it. What else, Spirit? What else? You have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you're looking to grow. You're moving on to find growth, okay? And for some of you, you're moving on to, you know, hone on your skills, to develop, to, you know, build something more substantial for yourself, okay? Some of you may even be going back to school, or, you know, taking a course. What else, Spirit? You have the Knight of Pentacles. Some of you are moving toward some type of an offer is what I'm getting with this Knight of Pentacles. So you may be walking away from a job, going to something new. You know, you may be accepting a new offer for some of you. What else? I'm getting the energy like that this is a lot of you may be walking away toward advancements, you know, about your career, or, you know, where you make your money or some sort. So there's a decision that has to be made. You have the Seven of Cups here. So I feel like with this, it's just options. Some of you got some options offer. All right, so there's a decision that have to be made. The decision is about whatever offer you're going to accept, but I feel like it's already been made that you're walking away. You know that you're leaving something. All right, some of you may not know what your next step is. Okay, or you haven't decided upon your next step. And some of you have the Ace of Wands. So this is a new beginning. This is passion, you know, ready to take action. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Pentacles. So some of you are looking for more security. Like I said, stability. This is stability. This is also, you know, protecting your assets or protecting something. All right. So I feel like you guys just want to continue to grow is what I was getting with this Eight of Pentacles. I feel like this is a situation where, you know, you're just trying to secure your future, or you're moving, you know, for a brighter future ahead. Wherever you are right now, this is no longer, you know, it's no longer substantial for you. Let's see what else Spirit wants you to know. I'm going to clarify this Four of Cups here. Let's clarify the Four of Cups for Leo. What is this Four of Cups? Okay, you have two. You have the Lovers and you have the Ace of Wands. Say the Lovers says celebrate the love in your life, inspiration, motivation, action, commitment, and choices. And whereas the Ace of Wands says take actions on your ideas. So yeah, like I said, you guys are where you are now is no longer fulfillment. You have passion, you have that desire to move on to something else. You're no longer complacent in here. So the Ace of Wands talks about a will to create, inspiration, strength, force, and gain. And I'm strongly picking up that that's what you're trying to do, gain something better, you know, grow. So let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is clarified by the Seven of Swords. So yeah, this Seven of Swords says guard against deceit and concealment, dishonesty, betrayal, low self-esteem, and strategy. Also, it talks about trickery. But what I'm getting for you, you guys, Leo, is that you're just looking out, like I said, to do whatever it takes. All right, you strategize, and what is going to get you ahead? What is going to make you continue to grow? And like I said, for some of you, it's like honing in your skills, or learning a new skill, or just sharpening your tools, you know, to create more growth here. So I don't feel like it's like any like trickery as far as someone trying to come at you. I feel like you're just, you know, doing what it takes to get ahead. And sometimes, you know, you might have to take some shortcuts, or you know, try to outdo the other people if there is some type of competition. It just feels like you are willing to do whatever it takes to continue growing. All right, that's what I'm getting with that energy. We'll take another one. Let's take another one for the Eight of Pentacles. Take another one. This one that's turned in here. So yeah, you have the Seven of Cups. I mean, yeah, the Seven of Cups is clarifying the Eight of Pentacles. So it says step back from everything to gain perspective. It talks about daydreams, illusions, escapism, promises unfulfilled, and choices. So again, I feel like you guys, there's some choices you have to make, and some of you are just trying to make the right choices to build, continue, you know, finding growth. Okay, I feel like it's all about you growing, trying to excel here. But let's go ahead and clarify the Seven of Swords, just to be sure it's no one, you know, trying to be in your energy that's going against you. So yeah, the Seven of Swords is clarified by the Chariot, which is a 7, and this Seven of Cups is a 7. So there's 777. If you guys, if that is your number, this is definitely your reading here. So the Chariot says you have success in the face of difficulty, direction, focus, determination, and perseverance. So that's what I feel with you guys. You're just focused on moving ahead. Now let's clarify this Knight of Pentacles here, because I feel like it's an opportunity for you guys. And you have Temperance here, And Temperance says, seek balance and create a calm atmosphere, moderation, tranquility, serenity, and realization. Let's take another one for this Ace of Pentacles. Let's clarify this Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you have the Moon. It says, be careful of seeing things that are not there. Subconscious, illusion, fear, mystery, deception, and dissatisfaction. So for some of you, what I'm getting with this, and the Knight of Pentacles and the Moon, it's like, it is an opportunity. But for some, it's like you need to be mindful if you think like a certain thing is what's going to be the best choice. It's like you may be thinking this is going to be one outcome, but it may be a different outcome, is what I'm getting here. So make sure you seek and balance with this Temperance. You want to do the best thing that is right for your highest good and as well as others. You don't want to overdo something or underdo. You know, you want to weigh all your options and then kind of choose wisely. Something needs to be, you know, to stay balanced here. Okay, so look into, if some of you are presented with an opportunity, you know, get all the facts is what I would say, so that you can make the best possible choice, because it may be something that you don't see. So, or you may just be looking at, oh, that's this, for example, you know, if it's an opportunity for a job or, you know, a different career, you may be looking at the monetary value, like it's more money, but there may be a lot more work to do. It might be, you know, something that's outside of your spectrum, you know. So you don't want to just focus on one lane or one aspect of that opportunity. You want to know what all it entails, you know, what's the details on everything, on the whole layout. So be mindful of that. So let's take one for the Seven of Cups. Let's clarify the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is clarified by death. So it says growth always means leaving something behind. Transformation, ending a cycle, transition, time, and necessary change. So it's clarifying the Seven of Cups. So it's definitely, it's time to change, and it's up for you. It's up to you to decide what are you going to change. You know, what are you releasing? What are you letting go of? What are you going to keep? This is some choices, options. Okay. Let's take another one for the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is clarified by the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands says, be ready for the opportunity you've worked for. Celebration, stability, home, milestones, community. So yeah, I just feel like you really have to be careful to make sure you're making the right choice that's going to benefit, that's going to give you something to celebrate, something that you're not going to look back on and regret. So you got the Ace of Wands here, which is very ambitious and ready to take action. So definitely you guys are leaving. You're moving on. You're ready to take action upon something new. All right. You're not staying where you are right now. You guys are making some changes. Okay. You have the Two of Pentacles here. And it says, find balance in your life to build your successes. It talks about balance, change in circumstance, wondering. So y'all are trying to see what else is out there, you know. All right, let's take another one. All right, you have the Sun. Yeah, you have the Sun. So it says success lies ahead if you keep to the path. Glory, gain, satisfaction, positivity, strength, and vitality. Yeah, so some of you, you're ready to step out there. You know that it's something better. You're ready to go get it. This is that go get it fire energy. All right. And then at the bottom of the deck, you had the Four of Pentacles. So let's go ahead and clarify this Four of Pentacles for you. Four of Pentacles is clarified by the Ace of Swords. All right. The Ace of Swords says, speak your mind to solve your problems, logic, power, heart of the matter, clarity, breakthrough, and ideas. So for some of you, you're just protecting your ideas. You have this idea. You have, you know what you want to do. All right. You have this specific thing that you're reaching for. You're trying to protect your assets, protect what you are working on. You know, you don't want anything to stop you from moving forward. You know, you don't want any side obstacles getting in your way. You're just trying to stay to the path, stay to the course. So let's take another one for the Four of Pentacles. All right, you have the Hermit. Yeah, so you want to go into hermit mode, and with this Hermit, I'm getting you guys, you know, you're trying to, like I said before, you're trying to protect your ideas. You're not trying to let everybody know what you're about to do. You're trying to keep some things for yourself so that nothing external will sabotage it. It's like, okay, I got this idea, I got this plan, you know, in mind. I don't want to, you know, let everybody know, you know, you don't want anything to stand in the way and interfere with what you got going on. So this is you just, you know, keeping it, playing it low for now. You know what I'm saying? It says all life's answers are within. It talks about wisdom, salt, divine inspiration, solitude, and inner intuition. I mean, inner truth. So I feel like you're just keeping some things to yourself. All right. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pull from the Wild Muse and see what Spirit wants you to know. All right. Yeah, trust your intuition. And I just had said intuition when I was supposed to have been saying truth, but yeah, that's what I was picking up on. Trust your intuition. And some of you, you know that you have to be careful for what, you know, what you're working on, because somebody can steal your idea, or, you know, it's like you got a little bit of competition. So you know, you want to safeguard that. Trust your intuition, all right? And Spirit also wants you to connect with nature. Some of you need to stay grounded because you got this fire. You are charged up. You're ready to take action. But don't forget to, you know, balance your energy as well, you know, to ground. You need to be balanced, all right? What else, Spirit? Okay, you got the 10-90 ratio, and this is, again, it's like guarding what you know, your idea is trying to protect. Okay, you let them know a little bit, but you keep 90% of that to yourself. 10% you giving your energy or to something else, but 90%, you know, you are sustaining. All right, you keeping that to yourself. All right. And that's what I'm getting with that. And crystal clear, get crystal clear. Some of you have some options to make, and you need to know for sure where you're going. Well, I feel like a lot of you already know. Okay, you have, like I said, you have an idea. You know, you have something already in mind, and you just need to stay focused on that. Stay focused ahead. What else, Spirit? What else you want Leo to know at this time? Okay. You have confessions. So before you guys, or some of you are walking away, you need to, you know, let some things go. Confess. You know, this could be secrets. This could be old habits. This could be just how you're feeling in the moment. Because like I said, with this Four of Cups, someone is like, you're no longer satisfied in the situation. You know, there's discontentment there. So you might want to speak up for yourself. You know, confess some things. Somebody might want to know why you're walking away, and you might just have to tell them, because just tell them there's always a way. There's another way of doing something, all right? And you also want to set healthy boundaries for yourself, all right? So we're going to wrap it up and get you some final messages. Now, when I was preparing for your reading, I did have the notion to pull from the Angels and Ancestors oracles. So we're going to get your final messages from these oracles. All right. All right, Spirit, what does you want Leo to know for these final messages? What do they need to know? for their highest good. Final messages for Leo. So, okay, there's 2. I'm going to get you one more. What else for Leo? All right. Okay, so the first one that came out for you guys is Direction Guardian. It says choose your path. And that's what we've just been talking about. Some of you got some options. You already know you're walking away. You're ready to leave. You want something better. It's like you're ready to take action. And you just have to choose your path with this Direction Guardian. So I'm going to read from the book and let you know just what this is saying. Okay, where find the book. Direction Guardian. The Direction Guardian says, choose your path. Connect with your deepest desires, then choose the path that will make your heart and soul sing. The Direction Guardian card represents the angel of directions. These amazing angels are the ones who come to us when we are at a crossroads and don't know which way to go. When we are unsure of what is right for us or of the bigger picture, they can help us know what is best for all involved. The Direction Guardian card refers to the vision of the Hebrew prophet Ezekiel, who is said to have seen an angel with 4 different faces. One was a cherub, one was a bull, one was a lion, and one was an eagle. These 4 faces show that angels can appear in many guises and guide us in many different directions, but always for our highest good. Your path isn't set in stone, and your angels and guides have no expectations for you, nor should you have any for yourself. There are many directions you can take. None of them are wrong, as they all hold perfect opportunities for growth and to learn. But life is to be enjoyed and savored too. So, if you know that there's a decision to be made, and particularly if you are feeling indecisive, choose the path you know is going to make you light up, and choose with your heart. All right. And then you also have Animal Guardian that says trust your instincts. So that's the same to me as in trusting your intuition. So use your animal instinct. You know, that's what animals do when they're walking on a path, when they traveling, you know, from here to there. You just kind of go with your instincts on which way to go. So use your instincts, trust your instincts. So the Animal Guardian says, trust the powerful animal spirit within to learn more about yourself and your talents. The Animal Guardian is the card that represents the angels of the animal kingdom. Animals are angels of nature who have incredible lessons to offer and medicine that can support you on your spiritual journey and help you survive some of your greatest challenges. When you connect with the energies of animals, you can learn a lot about yourself and the earth. You also have an instinctive animal energy within that can direct you towards everything you need and more. The Animal Guardian card depicts a tribal angel being held and supported by her animals. She has a love for them and they have a love for her, demonstrating how incredibly connected nature is with the spiritual realms. You have a powerful animal within that can be wild, protective, instinctive, and even calm. Animals don't second guess how they feel, they just express it. And you can learn from that. When this card arises, it's important to connect with how you really feel, know what you want to feel, and what you really need. Take the time to connect with your animal energy and express it naturally. Let even the fiercest energy move through you before returning to your natural state. It will teach you a lot about your gifts and how you can grow. And then, last but not least, you have Lord. Take charge with authority. Take charge with authority. All right, so if I can find it. Lord says, don't be afraid to take charge and use your voice. Be strong. The Lord is the consort of the lady, the emperor, in the traditional tarot. He represents an authoritative male who isn't afraid to lay down the law. but this doesn't mean he is angry or chauvinistic. He is self-possessed, reliable, and ambitious, a man of honor who has earned his place in society. The Lord is in this oracle holds a ram staff and wears a crown of antlers, showing he keeps himself firmly rooted in the ground and is protected of his people. His regal air indicates he has a taste for the finer things in life, yet he is sensitive to those who are less fortunate than he is. Sometimes you have to take control in order to be honored. If you find, excuse me, if you feel that your kindness or gifts are being taken for granted, it's time to change that. There is no excuse for bad behavior, and the ancestors are encouraging you to hold your ground and speak your mind in a fiercely loving way. You have the energy and might to overcome dramas or energies that aren't working for your growth. And it's time to take charge before you find yourself in a situation that you don't want to be in. You are being encouraged to be the boss instead of being bossed. This card also brings the energy of ambition, like I said with this Ace of Wands, and can show that you have the potential to move upwards on a professional level, but only if you act with authority and show who you really are. So that is reminding you guys, it's going back to that, you moving towards something. And like I said with that Seven of Swords, that some of you guys, it's like, you just want to, outdo the rest, make sure you are shining, okay? It's not that you're trying to cut anybody else out, but you want to, do whatever it takes to move ahead, in a place of integrity as well. You don't want to lose integrity. But yeah, safeguarding what you know, trust your instincts, and move accordingly. All right. I'm going to wrap it up at that, you guys. I hope that this has helped you in some way. Thank you all for stopping by. And until next time, I'm sending you lots of love and high vibes.